I've been recording like 5 videos back to back, deleting them, posting them, uploading them because, I have to talk a little slower. But if you know me already, you already know. And I guess you guys understand me, right? But anyway, hi everybody. My name is Vanessa Garcia. For those of you that don't know me, I am the CEO of Dreamers Together Inc., a nonprofit organization, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. A little bit about me and more of Dreamers Together, how Dreamers Together was created, or why I created Dreamers Together, right? So, I I guess I'm like the only Dominican. Probably like two. I can count on my like one hand how many Dominican people that are dreamers I've known or connected with, since I started Dreamers Together. And I'd be so happy when I meet people from the Dominican Republic because it's like everybody thinks all the immigrants are from Mexico. But I am half Mexican too, so I can see why they would think that. But now, I feel like a lot of Dominicans, I don't know, never had DACA or just didn't apply for it. I really don't know. I guess everybody has papers anyways. I don't know. But I was one of the lucky ones to be able to, come at age 9. I didn't suffer or went through much when I came, compared to other people who have like really, really hard stories, and I feel like I do want to bring that out. I do want to make more episodes like this, or I want you guys to listen to other people's story, and I'm not talking about like us DACA recipient. I mean like the world, right? Because I'm not a criminal. I mean, I might be like a sexy criminal or something, but that's neither here or there. I work, I pay my taxes, I take care of my kids. I never been to jail. I never had like a freaking ticket. I had one ticket maybe, but that was it. I never stole from nobody, and I felt like I'm as American as anybody else. I feel like I'm as American as, my classmates that I went to school with, school 13. I feel like I'm as American as all my classmates from, and you guys can hear my accent, my classmates from Passaic County Tech. I went to one of the best high schools in New Jersey, and I mean, I feel like I'm the best at what I do anyway. So I'm always gonna do, or I'm always gonna, everything that's the best is gonna always apply to me. But anyways, I don't have that horror story like other people have, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna bring it to light because I feel like everybody should know what a DACA recipient is, and go back to your country. I've never met with somebody like that or never had to experience that kind of stuff, but I think God just knows what would happen if I did, um but anyways, so fast forward, when I was a junior in high school is when I realized that I wasn't documented. I was like around, what, like 17ish, around there. Yeah, 17, because I was 18 when I graduated. um and we were doing like a driver's license test, for the permit to drive, and I failed it twice because I'm like, they could give me chances, and I'm like, damn, like that's it, because I didn't have a social. So it was no way that I was gonna get a license anyway. So I just kind of like gave up and was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do this. I can't do it. What is the point? So my friends had like cars and everything. I worked at like Metro PCS for a couple of years, and I made bank, cash and everything. Back in the days, I think immigration and everything else with immigration was a little easier, so we were able to kind of maneuver and get paid cash on the table, whatever, right? Um, Fast forward, 2012, here comes big dog, big boss Obama, who I'm grateful for, because obviously without him we wouldn't be here. Documented, right? He gave us the what's called DACA. He gave us a little card that we had to renew every 2 years for $500. And with that card, we're able to drive and we're able to work legally in the United States of America. But we can't travel. We can't do nothing else that a regular American person would, right? Which is still a blessing. So we took it, we ran with it. With that little permiso, you're able to apply for a advanced parole, which once the advanced parole, it's like a ticket. I would call it a ticket for those of you that are not really familiarized with it, right? We call it a ticket. That ticket is basically you go in and out of the country. Once you come back in the country, you're able to adjust status or get your green card if you're married to a citizen or have a child over 21. I ended up going because my grandfather was sick. He had COVID, during the COVID era, and I went on a Friday, came back on a Sunday. Fast forward today, I'm waiting for my citizenship to be sent to me because I really don't want to go there. I don't got time for that. But we're waiting on that right now. But anyways, we We just had to deal with what we had to deal with. You know, I never really experienced anything where I felt less than an American though. Like I said, I mean, because maybe my, with the people that I'm around, we don't really, I guess, see things like that, right? Until like now, this is Donnie's era, Donnie's era 2.0, so we are seeing like the most craziest shit, but I'm still not around those kind of people. So I really don't see it unless we see it on the news, TikTok, all those things. Um, now I am, like I said, I'm waiting. I have my green card. I got my green card, and we're just waiting to become a U.S. citizen. But anyways, dreamers together, right? So we were in like Facebook groups, I'm super loud apparently. I don't know why people think that because I'm really not. I'm actually really shy. But when people need help, you just want to help them. People used to be DMing me, messaging me all types of day. Hey, I need help with this. How do I do this? How do I do that? Mind you, I'm not even. I just did my only my AP. Like I didn't even do that the travel permit like for 100 people. So people were asking me questions. So somebody was like, "Yo, you should be like a moderator for the group." I'm like, "I bet all good." Da-da-da-da. Listen, when y'all see people doing lives and stuff out there in them streets, I taught them how to do that. Those my sons. So we started doing lives on Facebook. We started bringing people to do lives on Facebook. I did that. That was me. Nobody else. But anyways, it's something that we're doing a regular on Facebook now. I go live and teach people or tell people what to do. As far as their immigration stuff, because we have so many lawyers that are not. I don't know what's up with them, to be honest. They don't give the right information. So we as people, right, that know what's going on, we have to be able to fix it, and this is the only reason why I'm going to law school, because I need to have that title. If I don't have that title, people don't listen. Right now I am an accredited representative, which means that I'm able to file immigration paperwork for anybody, and people still question me. um, but when I become a lawyer, I'm able to curse at those people and say all kind of things. So wait for that. But anyways, then I became a moderator. I became an admin. Somehow me and my folks from day one got kicked out. Everybody followed me to the new group because obviously we are the winning team. We are the best at what we do, and I think that includes the people in the group. All my OGs that got green cards now, all of them, because they were sharing their stories. My story was just one story that changed a lot of things, a lot of people's view, and now everybody's sharing their stories. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I created Dreamers Together. I remember that something happened that I'm gonna speak about in other episodes, where the group was deleted. We had like what 6,000 maybe people on there. It got deleted. But what I tell people all the time, I'm the CEO of Dreamers Together. I can be replaceable, But if I'm replaced, I can build something 10 times even better, So the group got deleted. I created another group. Fast forward today, we are at 60,000 people almost on Facebook, and almost I believe the same amount on TikTok. I don't need 100,000 followers though, because that's not what I'm here for. Like I'm not here to be nobody's friend. I can hold your hand, and then when we finish the job, it's time to go. Butterfly, like it's time to go. So I usually tell people that like I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to make sure you do what you gotta do for you and your family. That's it. Because I know my family benefited so much from me doing that advance parole. I can assure you that, and that's what I do. Now we have Facebook, and now I'm able to show people, and because we weren't able to do paperwork, I had to make it an organization. A lot of people didn't want to be down with that because it's a lot of responsibility. But I knew what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I like doing things correctly because I don't like people talking about me and make it, it's nonsense. People are haters. People are always fucking hating. I don't know if I can curse on here, but whatever. Um, and we ended up doing an organization. Obviously, me, I'm the CEO. We have the board. Now we're able to do these things. Then that was a problem. People were like, "Why are you charging?" And this and that, whatever. You're not a lawyer. Da, 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 da. So you know what? I became an accredited representative. So every time you hating as motherfuckers come on here talking that nonsense, I just learn from that shit and become better, and we do better, and we gain more while you motherfuckers is outside is watching from outside of the club. And it's personal, always personal, because I feel like if you're undocumented just like me, or we're undocumented just like me, why is you hating if I'm doing something good for the community? Somebody the other day was talking about, oh, you here for money. This is my job. First of all, I ain't doing nothing for free. And if somebody doing something for free, they lying to your ass. but that's another story for another day, right? Anyway, um, Dreamers Together became an accredited representative. Then we have the GOATs, Charles Cook from Atlanta, former ALA president. Then we have Pamela Reynaldo from Atlanta, also currently a former judge. You know, we have William McLean from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We have all these amazing lawyers that helped us. I said, yo, I need a letter. They coming. What we gonna do? Um, they didn't even hesitate to give me a letter to become an accredited representative because they see the work that we do. That's Dreamers Together. They are Dreamers Together. They know that we came here at ages that we couldn't tell our parents, no, I don't want to go, because we had to come with them. They know that we're here at no fault of our own, that we are decent people, that we don't get in trouble with the law. We really don't be doing. And when we go a little left, when it comes to the law and everything, everybody want to judge us, but we are human. Humans mess up a lot, and we are able to mess up, and I hope that this video, kind of give you a little bit of an idea what Dreamers Together is. Dreamers Together started from the bottom. Now we're here. Every time somebody hated or did something stupid, I learned from that and I got better at it. It's always your own people at that too. You would think they would have the same mission and vision as you, but they don't. They see you do it better than them. They think you own a nonprofit and you're rich as hell. I'm not rich, man. I got other things on the side that I do. I don't only have one job. I don't think nobody that works with Dreamers Together even might have. Maybe they do because I do treat my employees very well, and they can tell you that. One day we might have little differences and everything, but I feel like everybody here loves what they do. Man, we love helping people. Man, when people are, it's 10 o'clock at night right now. I'm doing this. You got people on a chat talking, helping, approving posts, responding back to posts, making videos, the Canva team, the translation team. Um, and we are grateful to be here. I feel like everybody's grateful to be part of something like this. I'm grateful to be part of something like this. You know, we work really hard. We work really hard, and I feel like this era 2.0, Donnie 2.0 is gonna be crazy. Dreamers Together is here to help. I try to help as many people as I can. Sometimes I'll be telling the team like, "Yo, I don't even feel like we're doing enough. Like, I want to go to the board and help people. Like, you're doing this because people just do everything wrong. I don't know why these lawyers be doing everything wrong, but the lawyers that we got obviously are the best. So whatever. But yeah, Dreamers Together is something awesome. Dreamers Together is amazing. We created it all together. The people that are listening to me right now, you guys created it by even just listening to this, sharing your story on Facebook. We need volunteers. Every year is gonna be worse. Every day is gonna be worse. When Donald Trump won, I feel like when Donnie won, we all cried. I gave everybody a day off because I'm like, yo, I can't even come in here. Like, what am I gonna do? We have DACA recipients that work for us, that are employees. And if that goes away, what are we going to do? How are we going to help them? Because they also have a family to feed, they have cars to pay, they have, Medicaid to pay, groceries. Most of us don't get food stamps. Most of us don't get nothing. And I think I want to debunk a lot of those things that people think about us. This is the perfect year to do this. You know, um, I do, when I post this, I do want you guys to ask me more questions so I can keep answering. I'm learning. I'm not a storyteller. I jump from here to there, there to there, but I am learning, and I hope that you guys being part of Dreamers Together, we grow. Um, I should be a lawyer pretty soon. So I'm going to be able to curse at people. That's all I want to do is curse at people, when I become a lawyer. Because I can't do that now. But I mean, I can, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand that this is not easy to do. Um, People are always judging. People will always judge you because you're undocumented, and I want you guys to tell your story. Do not be afraid. If there's somebody you can call for help, it's me. You know, we brought DACA recipients back in the country when they got stuck for small reasons. It was a lot of work, but we did it. You only need one person to believe in you, and it's go time. You know, um, but we are here. I hope that you guys enjoy this little video. There's more to come. Um, I'm learning. I feel like I tell you guys, I'm super shy, but I feel like a lot of these things are really dumb, and I just want the people that don't know about DACA recipients and what we are to learn what we are and what is Dreamers Together. So I hope you guys enjoy this little video again. I'll be back with more stuff, and I hope everybody has a great morning if you're listening to this in the morning, or a great night if you're listening to this at night. Cheers, and I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye.